So we're just doing a little training this morning with the chickies here. We, well, I guess I should mention we had one fatality. This was our own stupid fault. We had one fatality because we hung this bucket waterer in here, which I've got the lid open right now, but we hung the bucket water, we did not have a lid on it, and one of them jumped in there and drowned. Go figure. But otherwise, no issues so far. The cat doesn't seem to mind him any. He'll lay there and look at him, but like he's not trying to paw through the gate and trying to get him. I mean, he's out here right now. Oh, he was. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He was out there on top of the barn roof. Now I don't know where he's at. But he heard them all in here chirping and flopping around, and he didn't seem to mind any. Anyway, so trying to work on a general introduction now this morning, getting them used to getting out and foraging around. Up till now, they've always been in their brooder stall, and I made the initial video talking about how we set all that up for them. And so I want to start now getting them used to the idea of, you know, getting out and exploring, and then going back to their brooder stall. So I've just got them kind of free ranging in the barn. I've got the door shut so they won't run out the door and get away from me. And I had to get in here and of course chase them all out because that's their safe place. But once they realized they could run in here and start scratching around, man, they were just all for it. So this is the stall we've been using when at milk time. We run all the milk does into this stall and latch it up. That way I'm not having to go out in the alleyway and try to chase them around and catch them one by one. We run them all in here, and then I pull them out one at a time and jump them right up on the milk stand. It works really, really well. But of course they stay in there and they pee a little bit and they poop a little bit, and so rightly so, there's going to be bugs and flies building up in that bedding. And so yeah, the chickens are doing their thing. That's the whole point. So I think I mentioned this perhaps in the first video where I was talking about the brooder stall, but I'll mention it again. You know, our goal with these chickens is to have them do this just right here. We want to obviously be able to have the eggs and have the meat, but we want to hopefully have them help suppress our fly population down here in the barn, because it is just so bad. I mean, it's a little barn, and so when you come in here, it's just like clouds of flies. We hung fly tarps up, or fly paper. We've got the sticky paper, and we really don't want to, you know, be putting out like granules. I bought some at the store that say they're like, you know, super effective, kills flies instantly, you know, but it's one of those things that it's like, also don't let your barn cat get it. So I don't really like using stuff like that. We have it. I bought it probably a month ago and still haven't used it, so I'll probably throw it out. But, you know, if we could get this working, obviously this is a good, you know, dual benefit. So ultimately what we want to have is the chickens, we're going to build them basically kind of like a rabbit hutch. Very, very small coop, just something we can lock them in overnight with some nest boxes. But the plan would be that every day they get let out and they just run around in the goat pen or run around wherever they want to. We know one of our dogs is a bird killer. If they get out of the goat pen and she gets them, she's going to kill them. She's just stupid. The other two, we're not sure about. They would probably follow suit if they think it's a game, but maybe they wouldn't do it on their own. I don't know. But our hope is that the chickens will realize that they can stay within the goat pen and that they'll be protected from the dogs. If they venture out of the goat pen and the dogs go after them, hopefully it only takes that one time and they'll learn, don't go out of the goat pen. But we're not gonna, we're not gonna clip their wings. We're not gonna, do anything to really try to contain them. We want them to be sort of free range, but obviously with that option to come home to a safe coop every night where we can lock them up away from, nighttime predators, as far as raccoons and varmints and stuff. So this is step one in that. Like I said, getting them out and getting them to learn that they can come out of their stall, their brooder stall, and scratch and peck around, and yeah, they're just having a blast. They're running around, they're catching every fly they can see. I took one out yesterday and I set her up here on the milk stand because you can see some flies crawling around on there. But I set her up there by herself, and then she was just really confused and scared. She's like, I don't understand why I'm up here and all my friends are down there. So today I let them all out to do their thing, and they seem quite happy. So I'm going to keep on doing goat chores, get everything finished up, give them some time to scratch and peck around. And then I'll lock them back up in the brooder stall before I leave, just so I can leave these windows open in the barn and not have to worry about the barn cat coming in here and, you know, changing his mind about whether or not he wants to kill them. A little more bird training this morning, and potentially some cat training. You guys may not be able to see Mr. Rocky, but he is right there behind their water bowl. So Rocky's our barn cat, and you know, we've been very concerned about him being down here, obviously with the chicks unattended. Now as they get bigger and bigger, then it will be less of a concern, just because they'll be able to fight him off. But as little chicks, he could easily pick one off. So this is the first time. The last time I let them out of their stall, I had him locked out and had all the windows shut. So this is the first time I let them out, let them run around and flap their wings and really put on a show with him in here. And he's kind of moseying around. He's watching them. He almost looks like he's kind of in hunting mode. But at the same time, he acts like he's scared of them. You know, every time they flap, he kind of jumps back and acts like he's scared. But I find it interesting that he went into their little brooder stall and just laid down, almost as if he misses it. Because before, when we were setting it up and we had, you know, chips in there and stuff to get it ready for them, he was sleeping in there every night, and that was like his little home. Of course, then he was, you know, peeing and pooping in there and making it nasty, so we threw him out. So I don't know if maybe he just misses that little stall being his own stall. But normally when the gate is shut here, he sleeps right outside the gate. I mean, right beside the chicks. And we've never seen him, you know, reaching through the gate, trying to get to them. We've never seen him jump at the gate, trying to get them. But he's just always kind of there by them. Which, if he could be like a chicken guardian cat, that'd be pretty cool, I guess. But I just don't know if that's a thing or not. So anyway, I'm down here again, just letting them come out, letting them scratch around and really fly around and stretch their wings. You know, they're having a blast. And also just kind of hovering, watching over the cat, making sure that he's not doing anything stupid. Now, of course, the trick's going to be, how do I get him out of their pen and get them back into their pen? I'll probably just catch him and throw him out of the barn, I guess. But anyway, I don't know if anybody else ever does this when they have, you know, chicks in the brooder and chickens in the pen. Ultimately, you can always just keep them under fence, you know, and keep the chickens in, keeps the cats out. But like I was explained before, we ultimately want to be able to have these chickens run, you know, all around in here out in the lean-to and all out in the goat pen. And the cat also needs to be able to do that, because of course the cat's after mice and the chickens are after bugs. So we need them to be able to coexist, you know, without trying to kill each other off. And I think we'll be okay. Like I said, as the chickens get bigger and, you know, they get some spurs on them, and we have a couple of roosters. You know, as a kid, I don't ever remember our chickens killing. Our cats ever killing our chickens, but at this stage in the game, he absolutely could. So, anyway, we shall see. I just figured I'd share a little bit since I'm sitting here doing nothing anyway. He seems to have, you know, kind of settled down over there, and he's just, I don't know if I can get the light right, you guys can see him or not, but he's right there behind the water. He's a gray cat in a dark shadow. He just seems to be snuggling down like he's just going to take a nap, but I'm still going to stand here and watch and just make darn sure. But just figured I'd share that. The chickies they're getting there. Bigger every day. Bigger and bigger. They're pretty well fully fledged out. We've had their heat lamp shut off now for over a week. It's getting down to only about, I don't know, 55 to 60 at night. It's the coldest it's getting. So, they're plenty fine. Now it's just this game of letting them slowly start to venture out into the bigger world and, you know, working on getting them moved out of the barn. Hopefully today, I get started on building their coop, their hutch anyway, as I call it, their nesting boxes and their nighttime hutch. That's a goal for today. We'll see if I get there or not.